and welcome to another episode of 9 to 5 Season 2. I'm Elizabeth Ajadi, your host, and I'm bringing you a topic today: managing your finances and investments. Very timely considering how the pandemic hit, and a lot of people were out of jobs for months, and a lot of people are still job hunting and still on unemployment today. And so I thought, okay, this topic is really timely, and as young professionals, we get hired, and perhaps maybe you were making minimum wage, and then you get hired, you're maybe earning like $15 an hour, 18, 20, $25 an hour, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm making so much money now, yay, I can spend all I can. But you have to manage your finances, and you have to make sure that you're focusing on investments. And so no guests today, unfortunately, but what I was able to do is I was able to reach out to my financial planner and send him 5 questions that I thought would be at least a good start for you as a young professional to start looking at your financial situation. And I will provide his contact information, and you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with him, and then you can go from there. So without further ado, we're just going to dive in. But first, I'm going to share one quote with you. So I found this quote by P.T. Barnum that says, "Money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant." And essentially what he's saying is that if all you do is work for money, you become its servant. But if you spend money wisely and you invest, then money is working for you and you become its master. I prefer to be the master of money. So I'm just going to dive into the questions, and I'll provide the responses that I received. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just somebody who decided to work with a financial planner three years ago, after working for a year right before I started my full-time job, and it's worked really great for me. I can say that I'm in a good financial position as far as paying my debts back and having at least recurring investment, and it's all due to the help of having somebody who's professional and who knows what they're doing as far as helping me manage my overall financial goals. So my first question to them was, when do we as young professionals need to get serious about our financial health? And when is the best time to start thinking about financial planning, essentially? His response was, well, it's never too early to get serious about understanding your financial picture and planning for the long term. Because planning with a small budget now can sometimes be just as or even more valuable than a large amount later. So if you use an app like Acorns and you're putting in maybe $10 a month, or Stash, or $20, however much you can spare, including the change that it takes off of your account, before you know it builds up over time. And they're investing it for you, and you have a stake in different mutual funds. And so that's that. Second question was, what are the key things to be aware of when evaluating your financial health? Because maybe you don't know where to start, really. And his response again was, your budget is a good place to start. Specifically when it comes to budgeting and saving. That's, I think, the one first thing that you can do by yourself is, okay, how much do I get after taxes, and how much are my expenses monthly, and how much am I putting into savings? So that's a good place to start. And to his point, you can save like a bill to build the habit. So what I have done is, my company allows me to put in different bank accounts where I'm able to allocate my bi-weekly pay however I want. So I have one of these I don't remember what it's called, but it's a high yield interest savings account. And so I have a certain amount just going directly into that account from my pay every 2 weeks. And so it's not an account that I touch. The money just goes there. It's like I'm paying a bill. It never goes into my check-ins or my savings account. It just goes in there directly, and that's it. I don't touch it. It's just there as my emergency fund. And so that's something that you can definitely take advantage of. And once you get into that habit of building your savings, then you can use the help of a professional to then apply different strategies such as investment, or like how can you diversify your 401k to make more efficient use of your savings to align with your goals. Like, do you want to travel more? Do you want to pay off your student loan debt if you have any, stuff like that, just to make sure that you're not living in debt in your old age. Third question was, do I need a lump sum to begin investing in my future? Essentially, I think somewhat he answered that in the second question. Like, you can start small, but it would help if you have a lump sum. If you like have 10 grand somewhere, you can buy stocks. But if you don't have it, it's not exactly necessary. You can start very small and take advantage, of the lump sum that you save over time. Fourth question, what are my investment options? So, depending on your goals, depending on your risk threshold, there are varying options for different people. And, you just have to understand how to diversify, but in a few ways. Options that you have are like with taxes, with time horizon, with asset allocation. And for this specific question, I could suggest that you consult a professional for best guidance with building your personal investment strategies, because they will look at different factors to consider: your age, risk, and debt, income. All of that is taken into consideration in order to build a investment portfolio for you. So for that, I'm going to provide my financial planner's information on the screen. His name is Morton, and he works with Northwestern Mutual, and I've worked with him for 3 years and highly recommend him. I think by now you guys should know that whoever I bring on here is an utmost professional and they know their stuff. So final question that I asked him was, what key advice do you have for young professionals? And quote, he said, think long and hard about the long term. Understand how big of an impact the decisions that you make today can have on accomplishing your ideal life and the goals that go along with it. Also, create some type of system to automate your savings so that you can focus on developing within your profession and driving up your income. Like I said, I've developed a system that works for me with sending money directly to a high yield savings account. At some point I had Acorns, so I had money all over the place. But this year what I did was work with my financial planner to just pool all those monies together and make sure that we're just putting it into my investment portfolio, so I don't have money in all different accounts, and I closed all my various check-ins account that I had. I don't even know why. Don't even ask me, personal reasons. But essentially that's really it. So if you really want to get serious about your financial health and managing your finances and ensuring that you're building your investments for the future, I know that I want to retire early and travel the world, and so I'm starting now so that I can have a nice nest egg when in my old age, when I retire. I can be nice granny. But that's all I have for you guys today. It's a really short one, just relaying the information from the professional. Again, his name is Morton. The information is displayed on the screen. You can reach out to him directly to schedule a one-on-one consultation, and you'll be happy to help you and guide you based on your goals. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Like it, comment, share it with your friends. Share the advice. Managing your finances, especially from this age, is really important and imperative to having a secure future. Till next time, I'm Elizabeth Ajadi. Have a great week. Bye.